The sky is beautiful, and certainly it is a pretty scene, but objectively speaking, this is not what you want to happen. We want to avoid the dryer fire. Imagine a police car, 3 fire trucks, and like 10 firefighters. They're leaving in this photograph, but imagine them running towards us. That's what will happen, and if you're lucky, they'll put it out like they did in our case. If you have a dryer fire, that could start from, as it did in our case, the lint. Listen to some real footage from the firefighters in our house.
Yeah. The hose going out wasn't connected, and the lint was building up on the bottom, and then that got caught fire. So you'll see, and then we just moved the stuff away, and we used the camera to check and make sure there's no extensions.
Okay,
we
thanks.
We broke into the wall a little bit, but that can be fixed.
Why don't you guys
Here's the bucket.
Here's the bucket, guys. Here, put that shit in the bucket.
The dryer, the hose going out to outside. You want to shower? The lint was going up behind the dryer and caught fire because it's so hot. And so that's why you smelled something burning. It was right behind there, even though it didn't show anything. But so we moved the dryer out of the way. We were sweeping that away. We broke into the wall.
It's all the lint that was back there. It's all burnt up. Yeah. I'll show you in the bucket.
Yeah. Okay.
If you want to stand right
Yeah,
here,
thanks.
you can see
I'll get out for you if you go in there.
Thanks.
Just scooping it up now. See all that? That
Holy
was all burnt
cow.
up.
Yeah, very lucky. What happened was the dryer vent, you want to take a look?
Yeah, I do want to take a look so I understand it. Thanks. Thank you.
We're very lucky that he caught it. See, the dryer vent comes out of the bottom, okay, and it hooks into this pipe. And what happened was that flex pipe broke somehow, so all the lint was gathering up here. And the
For
heat
how long? Like
oh, I
for-
don't know. Well, from the
months,
heat from the
years?
dryer, started catching it on fire. That's why you should really clean your tubes out. Like this tube here should be cleaned out,
Okay.
you know?
Okay.
All
Like
right.
regularly. you're
Yeah,
saying.
like at least once a year, you know, if you use it a lot.
Then new hose
Okay.
for the dryer, and then you're good to go.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
And your dryer looked fine. Everything was good with the dryer, so I think it's just a hose.
Okay. All right.
Make
So the
sure it's a
hose.
metal hose and not a plastic one. Do you have a garbage can we can just dump that into?
This middle one. Middle one. Yep.
Just make sure that,
Yeah,
make sure
I
that
don't
it's
think
not.
this. Yeah, put
Yeah.
it,
Wait.
put
Is
the
it?
camera
Wait.
on.
Just
Should,
make sure it's not hot.
yeah. Why don't we? Yeah. Actually, you know what? Can we throw snow over it and will it cool it down enough? And then throw it up. When we had the dryer fire, this is one of the things that the firefighters, or actually the firefighters pointed out, but then the duct cleaning company also pointed out, which is that this type of transduct, I guess is what they called it, where there's this hard metal, is not the kind that should be used. And this is actually quite hard too. The kind that he ended up installing in place of the one that had the dryer fire is one that's very, very flexible, that allows for it to sort of move around. Because this was so inflexible, what happened here is when they pushed it against the wall, it got flattened, and so the hole was not closed. There was like a much smaller gap than there should be. So all the lint came out of this like half hole. It went into the wall and between the wall and the dryer. And over years, I guess, I don't know why suddenly now it was more of an issue. It caused the fire. Anyway, that's the kind that we should not have in that kind of space where you're right up against the wall.
You can see the duct to the left actually opening. That's where the pipe was. That hard tube that shouldn't have been used was connected to that pipe hole in the back of the dryer there, and it got smushed like you saw earlier, which allowed for the lint to come out, and then the lint got trapped between the back of the dryer and the wall, and even went inside the wall. And then when the fire started, you can see it even burned the metal there. The tube should have gone into the hole in the piping that you see here on the right, but then it didn't, and it accumulated sort of to the left of it and even caused the fire that you can see the remnants of with that hole that was punched out to the left there. Bottom line is, make sure your tube is connected appropriately, that you have a tube that bends and is pliable, that isn't a hard metal or not a hard plastic or hard at all. And make sure that you clean your pipes out regularly, about once a year or so. And that should prevent lint fires. Stay safe. Peace.